Hi, I'm Michelle Vickers.
And I'm Christine Beverly.
Welcome to the Consciousness Insider.
This week, our question comes from Alana, and Alana writes, "Good evening, Michelle. This is such a great offer you're gifting others. Thank you for the opportunity. My question from my soul is, why do I self-sabotage, and is there a way to overcome this? I almost feel like I'm not able to move forward in the direction I want because there are things from my past that are holding me back. Either the fear of success, negative self-talk, or fear of rejection. It could be a number of different things. I want to achieve so much more personally. I get excited about a new plan or idea or activity. I run with it for a few days, weeks, months. Then it stops, and as much as I want to keep moving forward, I can't. I'm stuck. How can I be my authentic self when my feet are stuck in the mud? Even lotus flowers got their start in murky waters. Thank you so very much." Alana.
Hi, Lana. These are such great questions. And you know what I find really interesting about what you're asking is it actually, your question was full circle, which is actually unique in nature in itself. So it's showing me that the way you think is already, you're thinking in a circular motion to me, which basically means you're always thinking with a goal in mind and a goal ahead and how you can get there, which is amazing. But what your soul wants to share with you is that more than anything right now, what you need is to give yourself a break and let yourself start to become aware of what it is you're actually meant to do. Because when you spend so much time coming up with ideas, okay? Because for you in particular, you know, you have a lot of dynamic energy and you could go in so many different directions. That's how I keep seeing your soul and your energy. And so that's why choosing one it's a significantly challenging experience. But more than that, you know, we often will get excited about something, and the process that our souls use to allow us to evolve is one step at a time. And I think that a lot of us overlook the one step at a time. So your soul is layering in information by giving you inspiration that take you in seemingly different directions, okay? And that's why it feels like you can't keep going. So you'll go with it for a few months, like you're saying, and you can't keep going. It's because you're not supposed to. You're actually supposed to learn something and then take stock again, reset, and then move in a different direction. But it's not that you're changing your mind all the time. It's that you're learning something new. You know, I mean, I'll tell you, the amount of different careers I have had is a lot. And I've gone in so many different directions, but I've had, 10 times more different directions than I've thought about. And what your soul is saying to you is, stop looking at all of these different directions as a negative, because, people will say, you're perceiving it and you've had different things in the past and different experiences where people have blamed you for, going in a lot of different directions and not staying true to your word or not staying true to following through. Here's the reality. Don't worry about what other people are saying, because they're not the ones who are getting to the finish line, so to speak. They're not the ones who are there that have to do all the work to fulfill. You're learning exactly what you need to learn in each one of those steps. Let it be enough and be okay with that. And that piece, literally, that piece of the puzzle is what's going to give you that feeling of peace that you're craving so that you can continue to learn. It's the anxiety created when other people give you that opinion that, you need to be doing more and you need to be putting more effort in because you're not putting enough effort. The reality is you don't have any issues with effort. You have no issues with effort. You do have some fears, absolutely. And mostly your fears, actually, it's very interesting. Mostly your fears are about letting other people down. And what we need to do, so I'm just going to shift that energy for you right now. I'm going to remove the negativity aspect. And the reason is because that energy is inside of you and it's wearing you down. And what that does is it causes you to contradict yourself. So what I mean by that is you'll start to move forward, and then the fear based on something that someone else said will start to drag you down and hold you back. Okay? So what we're going to do is let me just take a couple breaths. And as you're watching, you can just take a couple breaths. If there's anyone else who has feelings of something similar in your own life, you can just receive that space. I'm just going to create a space for everyone to allow themselves to receive and really receive this experience, okay? And in doing so, you'll allow that feeling of fear based on letting other people down. And the other thing they're showing me right now, which is really cool, is a lot of you, like a lot of us watching, you don't even realize how dynamic this belief system is hidden inside of your life and all the little pockets and all the little areas. So if you're not sure if you have it, just take a few breaths and allow it to flow out if it is a part of you, okay? And just allow yourself to let it go and allow yourself to release based on the knowing that it's not who you want to be anymore. It's part of who got you here to this point, because it's been an integral point of getting you going. But now it's time to move beyond the fear and allow yourself to come full circle and fulfill those dreams, okay? So yeah, it's cool. It's shifted and it's done. And did you feel that?
I just did, yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, just dropped in.
Perfect. So ultimately, what you really want to be able to do now is allow yourself to step more fully into allowing yourself to A, dream, and B, fulfill your dreams, okay? And what I mean by that, and I know it sounds so simple, but there's a dynamic aspect that's been missing, okay? And it's the part where you actually believe in yourself. And that would sound kind of silly, because you're the one who's dreaming the idea up, and you're the one who's coming up with all the ideas of how you're going to reach it. But it's the belief in yourself that makes fulfillment possible, right? We can't fulfill our dreams if we don't actually believe that we can accomplish our dream. Does that make sense?
It makes so much sense. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, and so ultimately what your soul wants you to know is, you're meant to do great and incredible things. And if you allow others to continue to put you in a box and to make you feel small, it's your choice to believe them. And I can't walk around with you all day long and keep telling you, Alana, you got this and you're worth this. At the end of the day, that's your job. And that's probably the biggest message. That's what your soul is saying is the most important message that you could have gotten today, that is what you really needed to hear, is you're the one who needs to empower yourself in any way that you need to remind yourself that you do have this, that you are worth this, okay? For me, when I'm going through something like that, I do everything from Post-it notes on the bathroom mirror, my screensaver, all of those
I sing
little
love
things.
songs to myself.
There you go. So it's more about having those little messages that allow you to remind yourself that you are worth your dreams, and that they are possible, and that you are the one who's meant to achieve them, okay? So, and there's one more thing they're just sharing, and it's really cool actually, because this dynamic is quite prevalent in your family, and this is what they're showing me. It's been generations and generations of not allowing yourself to succeed. So you did touch on that, and you did mention it in your question, which is amazing, because it's showing, me and your soul, you already know how aware you are. And yet there's a part of you that still doesn't trust that Does that make sense? So you already know that, basically you already know what your issues are. It's that you're not trusting that you know. And that fact alone is what's holding you still. Does that make sense? It's really cool, because the energy is so strong. Okay, so really what you need to do first is you need to work on your relationship with trust. And it is amazing because it's going to take off. You know, your life is going to take off when you can really build that relationship and allow it to lead everything that you're doing. Okay. If you need help with that, there's a whole chapter on trust in my book, Believe. You can visit the website and get more information about it. The best thing that I would suggest is if you're good at meditating, do some meditations and allow yourself to meditate on the word trust and start there. That's an amazing, amazing place to start. And actually, your soul, I'm just going to set up a little space for you. With the energy of trust. And if you would like to cultivate your relationship, all you have to do is, close your eyes, take a few breaths, and set the intention to receive that package of trust. And anyone who's watching can do the exact same thing. It's always, it's always available to you. So I'm just going to amplify it a little bit so that when it gets there and you receive it, you'll feel it just that much better. So there we go. That's perfect. So really, for you today, it's about working on trust, trusting yourself, but it's also working on your ability to strengthen your relationship with yourself and no longer letting what other people say. It's not that it doesn't matter, it's that it's not more important than what you say or think. And that's the most important part of this whole thing today. Okay. Thank you so, so much for sharing a little bit of your soul with us today. We appreciate it so, so much. Have a wonderful week and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. And if you have a question that you'd like Michelle to answer, please visit michellevickers.com, the Consciousness Insider page. And at the bottom, you'll find a form where you can submit your question and perhaps we'll feature it in one of our upcoming episodes. Thanks so much and take care.
Bye now. Have a great week.